on your merit, what you can do, what you can contribute to society. The same thing with the United States Armed Forces, very principled organization, and they go with what you can contribute, not the color of your skin or your tribe or what language you speak. Okay, so having said that, why is Nigeria a critical ally of the United States? When you say out of sight is no longer out of mind. Why? Because you have air travel today, you have the internet, and you have the social media. So every country now is very important. There is no country that can be relegated to the background because of social media, because of air travel, and because everybody is informed now. And information gets around very quickly. There is no country today that can be dismissed as remote or inconspicuous or totally harmless or immune. Why? Every human being has God's given right to life, to liberty, and to happiness. The speed of dissemination of information has made it impossible to commit crime and have it hidden. Everybody will know when you step out of line or when you commit crime. So if there's crime being committed in Nigeria and people are being slaughtered and being killed, why? Because they want better conditions, or they want freedom, or they want the chance to express themselves without being arrested. Why is that a problem? The easy accessibility for air travel, the embedding of terrorists among unsuspecting civilians, the enemy's use of unconventional arms and war tactics like suicide bombing, starvation, kidnapping, genocide, modern warfare like the use of drones, cyber attacks, or biological warfare, and currently the Havana syndrome that the United States is still trying to figure out. All these things make it impossible to say, oh, this country is not important, or this country is too far away for us to worry about. So we, American veterans of Igbo descent, we stand by our brothers and sisters, Igbo brothers and sisters in Nigeria, and any other marginalized people around the world. So it's not just because we're Igbos and we're pushing we're trying to help Igbos. We're trying to help anybody that's marginalized anywhere in the world. When you're marginalized, when you're discriminated against, when you're not accepted, you cannot be quiet. You have to fight for your rights and for your freedom. So help us. We need the donations so we can continue to help the marginalized people of the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Where is this? Sorry, one moment. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Chubi, for that your presentation and explanation. You know, as you were talking, a lot of people, I am reading comments, and a lot of people are making their comments and all that. You know, as it stands now, sometimes some people, you know, they don't want to the position of. I understand that you know, we are talking about the Igbo veteran. You know, so people should be able to understand that when we are presenting this, having this kind of program, you go by your name. And you are the Igbo veteran in the United States, and of course, some people, that does not mean that you are not supporting Biafra. You know, if because as an Igbo person and as a veteran of Igbo descent, you are still a Biafra. So a lot of people don't understand the reason why when you are making your comment, you are still mentioning Igbo, because that is who you represent. That is who you are. Okay, so I just want to clarify to people that the reason why you are mentioning Igbo is because you are seated here today as a Igbo veteran in the United States. And of course, that does not mean that you are not a Biafran. So for those who are making comments, I already say we don't want Igbo here, we don't want it, we don't want that here. So I just wanted to clarify that to them. You don't need to respond. I just know, you know, to clarify that thing there, that because if they begin to hear Igbo, some people will get kind of irritated with that. So I'm clarifying it to them that, you know, you are seated here as a Igbo veteran in the United States, and that does not mean that you are not a Biafran. So, Mr. President, slide. Now,
Yes, sir.
you see what happened today in the court, and before we come into what we are going to do, the reason for your fundraising for your organization, which I have to also make some clarification again to the people, because somebody is already asking, where is the IDP camp in Biafra land or in Igbo land? The truth is that there are, some places that are displaced already in Igbo land, or people don't even know that. There are displaced people in Igbo land. There are displaced people in Ebonyi State. There are displaced people in Enugu State. There are displaced people in Imo State. There are displaced people in Anambra State. There are displaced people in Abia State. There are displaced people in all Igbo-speaking state of Biafra. And somebody is still asking where. For example, if you go to, let me just give you an example of what happened recently. If you go to the place where the military went and started shooting from the air, once that kind of attack take place, automatically the people in that particular village or place become displaced people. Once you have any kind of crisis where you have military invasion, where the military will burn houses, burn buildings, and where you see the gun, the military is being pulling the chain bullet on those more houses. Though you don't, Izombe, thank you very much. What happened in Izombe, for example, that thing that happened in Izombe, the people of Izombe, even though you see the man who is an administrator there visiting that place, Izombe people, most of them will become displaced. Even if their house is still standing and the roof is out, it is called displaced people already. Now, if you go to Enugu State, what happened in Enugu State, where the man was raining bullet on those mud houses? You don't expect a military invasion of such magnitude, and you don't expect those people to come back there again. Automatically, they become displaced people. If you go to Ebonyi State, for example, where the governor are killing people and the Fulani are on rampage, the military and the Bubago are killing people, they are already displaced people. So a lot of them, so many, but people don't know this. And that is why it is very important. But let me also give Biafrans a code that what we are doing here today is beyond that. The reason for the avid fundraising coming this Saturday is beyond what is happening, is beyond what is going on, and it is going to be more than this. And I will not bring people who are not Biafrans to my program, of course. So, Mr. President, what do you have to say about what happened to our leader today in the court? I just need to do that clarification to Biafrans for them to understand that we're on the same page.
Well, the thing is that they do know quite well that Martin Nnamdi Kanu can help them to solve the problem. I don't know why they haven't gone to talk to him to help them straighten up the mess they got themselves into. So it was a planned deal to shut the lawyers off. But one of these days, the government is going to make the mistake that collectively they will be blaming each other. The reason why one person can not come out and say what they're supposed to say to the public is because the decision is made by a group of people. If you know what I mean.
Yes.
Them themselves know what I'm talking about. Because one individual can say, you know what? Let's dialogue. Let's make peace. The world is watching us. If they think that keeping him is going to make the world forget about what's going on in Nigeria, it's not. It's beefing them up. So the best thing to do is to have a dialogue, release the man. He haven't done anything to anybody. Make peace to all people. Now, if all these other people are foreigners, deal with them. Because eventually, everybody is going to smell the rot. But I want my governors in the East not to enable this. The unsettlement and the peace that's not in the Southeast is caused by our governors. And we're going to hold them responsible. They are the cause of the problem. Now, when you get the bids or the shares that you go to Abuja to share, they don't ask you not to use it to develop your state. You use it as your personal fund, and nobody have questioned you. Lack of accountability. And that is why you would order armies to come in the streets of Olu to have helicopters shooting bullets down on civilians and displacing them. You gave that answer quite well. I know you have a military background. That's what it is. When somebody shoots at you, that's displacement.
Yes.
That thing that happened in Imbo, you can't expect those Imbo people to be in their homes. They're all gone now.
Yeah.
So everybody's being displaced.
Mm.
Until the governors start getting displaced themselves, where they cannot govern at their comfort zone, then they will know exactly that Avid have been trying to provide them solutions to save our people. But they're not listening. But you get a time that they will listen by force, because they need to save every life, not just their own. They need to protect our doing that. And they know we will hold them accountable for not defending and protecting our people. They can't protect them if they want to. They just don't want to, because they fear that they're above the law and nobody's going to question them. So that's still time for them to get together and say, you know what? Enough of this nonsense. Let's preserve lives. The soldiers should be in the barracks and go to war field, not on the streets. Soldiers are not meant to have tanks on the streets of civilians, killing our people, and give them the opportunity to come in and kill. It's not like you don't know that's what they're coming to do. So stop it. Tell the federal government you don't need that kind of help. And use whatever fund for your state to build infrastructures, to build schools, to have jobs, create jobs for these youngsters. That's what the governor is supposed to be doing. Not inviting army, inviting everybody. Because you know what? They'll get to a time when civilians will get mad enough and they demand what belongs to them. So this is a good time for them to rethink. Get back and rethink. And stop helping folks to eliminate you, exterminate you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Obi. Yeah, Chubi, Dr. Chubi, sorry. You know, you have been involved in all this kind of crisis in
Yes.
Iraq, in Syria, and all that. You know,
Yes.
I know what I'm about to ask you is very sensitive.
Yes.
Very, very, very sensitive question. We have seen you mentioned Afghanistan as well in your speech, if I'm not mistaken. We have seen the effect of the invasion of Syria. Okay, we have seen the effect of invasion of Iraq. We have seen the effect of invasion of Afghanistan. We have seen the effect of Libya. Now, that happened. We see that the United States single-handedly moved a motion and supported some of the rebels, if I may use that name, or militant, if I may use that name, or civilians or opposition, whichever way is more appropriate. And what they supported those oppositions, they get rid of those presidents and leaders who have been charged and accused of a gross human rights violation. Gaddafi was one of them. He was captured and
plotting against the United States from there. And when you plot against the United States coming after you. So what we're trying to say is this: the United States should not wait for Nigeria to become a haven for terrorists, because that's what it's about to become. They wasted a lot of time with the Iraqi situation. The ISIS moved into Iraq, they moved into Syria, they moved into, they're now coming back into Afghanistan because the US has left. They're slowly coming in. Now, the Central African Republic is another country that repelled ISIS. I don't even remember if they had any help from the United States. They did it on their own. So we, as much as we want the United States to help us, yes, but we also need to help ourselves. And that's why an organization attention to the Nigerian problem and the Nigerian situation, so we can get, the attention we need to stop this melee. It's ridiculous. We cannot let Nigeria become a safe haven for Islamic terrorists, because that's their goal. That's their ultimate goal. And the United States has to recognize that and know that now no country is too far away to bring terror to another country, because of, like I said, air travel has cut the distance short. So that's what we need to do. We're bringing it to their attention. Now, I want people to realize that war is not always the answer, okay? South Africa did not go to war to get their freedom, okay? The Black Americans in this country did not go to war to get freedom. They were enslaved, for crying out loud. They were enslaved. Today, they have freedom. Today, they have a measure of, they have a measure of recognition, right? They didn't go to war. They just had hope. When somebody brings you hope, like Nnamdi Kanu is bringing hope to the Igbos. Moses brought hope to the Israelites. It was peaceful. They asked God for help, okay? South Africa, please loan me his name. Mandela, thank you. Mandela was the hope for the South African Blacks that were oppressed. They were worse than being enslaved. But look where they are today. They didn't fight. They didn't shoot one piece of weapon, okay? They did it based off of recognition for their cause. If we don't do this peacefully, we may run into the same problem we ran into before, where foreign countries, some of them turn a blind eye to Biafra. Why? Because they did not understand what Biafra was about. They felt that if Biafra had independence, Biafra might use the opportunities, the resources, and everything to support Russia. This was, the belief at that time. So when we are advocating for something, we have to make it clear what we are for and what we're about. And what we are for and what we're about in AVID is that the marginalization, the killing, the maltreatment of Igbos in Nigeria needs to stop. The plight of people who are losing their land to Fulani herdsmen, the plight, Fulani herdsmen invaded my farm, not necessarily my farm, but my land, where I gave to people in Nigeria to farm so that they could protect it from. I was there checking on my land when the Fulani herdsmen came through and ate up all the crops of the people there, live in my presence. At that time, they didn't have weapons, but they came through. Then I bought a house in an estate. The estate was still being constructed. I was at home when the Fulani came through with their cattle on my street through a housing estate. So it's a problem. It's a problem of disrespect. It's a problem of disregard, and it's also a problem of one group feeling that they're better or greater than another, and the other people have no right to land, the right to property. So what I want us to remember is that war is not always the answer. We fought the Biafran War, it left us worse off, because after the Biafran War, I was so marginalized. I was called Kobo Kobo, I was called all kinds of things. I couldn't get anywhere. One of the reasons why I'm here today in the United States is because I couldn't get a job, because in Lagos, the Fulani started taking over. The Hausa started taking over all the companies. So if you went in as an Igbo person or as a Yoruba at that time, you couldn't get a job because all the big companies were taken over. So this is what I'm talking about. We are being marginalized. But if you are not careful with the message you're sending or with what you're asking people to help you with, it becomes a problem. So let us keep that in mind and know that the United States values us. There's so many of us here that are doing very well. There's so many of us that are contributing not just to the army or to the armed forces. There's so many of us that are contributing in so many other aspects. And they know that we're very intelligent people. They know we're very resourceful people. And they know that we have issues. But what I would like us to know is that there are always peaceful solutions to a problem. It doesn't have to be by violence.
Yes.
Thank you. Let me add something to this.
No. I will ask you. I will ask you a question. Okay.
Okay.
I will ask you a question. Well, let me just chip into Dr. Chibi. Dr. Chibi, you see, from your statement, there is a lot of things that I need to tell you. You see, the Nigeria state, before we begin to look for solution for Nigeria problem, we must understand it. We must understand it. You see, the issue of Fulani herdsmen and Fulani terrorists, bandits and Boko Haram needs to be understood before you can, provide solution. Now, the stage where we are now in Nigeria with Fulani problem is no longer about marginalization, So we are not, the issue has gone beyond marginalization. It is now we are fighting and struggling for survival. And not until we understand that we are in the stage where we are fighting for only survival of our people and our generation to come, we will continue to wait for addressing marginalization or slavery and all that. And we'll continue to do mistake. Now, as we are making this mistake because we are looking at this solution or looking at the problem as just marginalization, the Fulani advancement will continue to grow. As I'm talking to you today, they have hijacked almost all the sectors of economy. They control the military, they control the police, they control the Navy, they control the Air Force. Just yesterday, I made an exposition about how they train with Saudi pilots in the United Kingdom without the knowledge of the Ministry of Defense of the United Kingdom. They train this pilot, they come to Nigeria, they will be raining bullets from the air, and they will be good. You will have all these internal displaced people in Nigeria. Now, one of the pilots masterminded the attack on this Nigeria Defense Academy. He's a pilot, okay? So when you have a situation where the terrorist has penetrated deep into Nigeria's security architecture to the extent that they are flying all these Tukunov plane, they are flying all those military jets, we have a problem, okay? Now, so it is very important that we understand this problem very well so we don't mismanage it. Now, the problem is this. You said they are looking for safe haven in Nigeria. That is correct. You said that if we allow them to get this safe haven, they're going to attack America. That is correct. But let me tell you that even when we are not in this situation, we already have a Nigerian trying to bomb the American airline in the name of Abdul Muttalib. Abdul Muttalib, a Nigerian, a Northerner, is a terrorist trained by Gumi. He was a student of Gumi. This Gumi that is negotiating with bandits today, Gumi was the man who mentored him. Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, he is still in America today.
He's in jail. Yes, he's in prison.
Okay. So that is then when we didn't even have this situation now. So what we are saying is that it is no longer the issue of marginalization. It is now the issue of survival. Okay, we want to survive. And for us to survive in Nigeria, we need to understand the agenda of the Fulani. What is the agenda of the Fulani?
Simon.
Yes.
Let me help you here. You know,
all right, go ahead.
We are military. We have said so much that we're supposed to be even saying. Okay?
Yes, I
But
understand.
to help you, let me clear the air because I can see the comments some people are putting up. Avid knows quite well the history. Biafra was before Nigeria. Avid endorsed ESN.
Good.
For some of your people that think that you brought some strangers into your forum. So that enough for you to know
where we are going.
Now,
Exactly.
So we need to talk about our fundraising.
Yes.
And the rest will fall in place. We want freedom for everybody.
Maybe
like Dr. Chibi said, we don't want any war. But mind you, that when you put all our years of experience and all we got, we shouldn't need any war. So what we need is peace.
Yes.
With our neighbors.
Maybe if you highlight on some of the things we have already done, we have stopped some ammunition from coming into the country already.
Yes, of course. There
are a lot of things that we do that's not
on our day of.
We're not here to brag about too much, but sometimes there are people who do things quietly and underground. It doesn't have to be.
No, that's fine.
Have to be, you know, blatant and they are hearing us. They are hearing us. The U.S. government is already rethinking the way they are doing business with Nigeria right now. There are some things that are not being carried out or not being done because of what we are saying, and we know that. Okay, so there are many ways to skin a cat.
Yes.
There are many ways to attack a problem. It doesn't always have to be violence. Sometimes it can be what you call covert. Okay, like the military would say, covert means nobody really knows what you're doing until it's done. Okay, covert is when it's in the open. So there are some covert things that are being done by our organization. Our organization is already coming under some scrutiny, some.
Yeah, I understand.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Let's end it like that, Dr. Chibi. The important thing is that
you will know and see about us soon.
Yes.
Right now, we need your help so we can help you.
Dr. Chubi.
Dr. Chubi is okay. It's okay.
You know I have a problem.
What is that?
You know, it is not about me, but it's about those people. You know, so.
Yes.
But I think my last statement took care of that.
Yes, your last statement took care of that.
We endorse ESN. We don't want anybody to be killing our brothers and sisters.
Exactly.
So if you want to call us any name, that's fine. But the important thing is that we know what war is, and we know what peace is, and we are pleading for peace.
Yes.
We've seen both sides.
Yeah, we've seen both sides. So we are pleading for peace. Both on now. If you say really you don't want somebody, there's something called referendum. Let them go. But you can't be slapping an old man and tell him not to cry. You know. Exactly.
So, Dr. Mr. Sly, we are going to have a commercial, and this commercial is going to be the jingle for Avid fundraising coming this Saturday, the 13th day of November 2021. So I am going to put that jingle for our audience and viewers to listen to. So the jingle you're about to watch now and listening to now is a fundraising for Avid. Is fundraising for Avid coming this Saturday. The American veteran of Igbo descent, Avid, the United States. So everybody is invited to this fundraising, and I am going to be there live. I am going to be part of this fundraising coming this Saturday to help Avid to raise funds for what they are going to be doing and what they have been doing also. And So let us listen to this jingle.
The American Veterans of Igbo Descent, AVID, invite you to their virtual fundraising event on Zoom, November 13th, 2021 at 4 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time. Here is the link to participate in the virtual fundraising on Zoom. The meeting ID number is 879-0559-4725 and the passcode 059272. The fundraising is to support the Igbos of Eastern Nigeria who are currently facing genocide and ethnic extermination by Islamic terrorists like the Boko Haram, ISWAP, Fulani horsemen, and known gunmen. Bandits. The Islamic agenda in Nigeria is to make the country their new terrorist base and caliphate. You can help to stop the Islamization of Nigeria by donating whatever you can to contact@avidusa.org or by way of money transfer with the contact below. Or you can make check payable to Avid, P.O. Box 7561, Jacksonville, Florida 32238. Remember, your financial support will help the Igbos in their bid to help the children in the IDP. For more information, call 214-727-7762 or 904-343-5770. This fundraising campaign is brought to you by the American Veterans of Igbo Descent, USA.
Right, welcome back to the program after that jingle and that commercial. I believe we have done justice to it, and let me inform the audience that this is not the first time it is on this program. Immediately, and the first time they were on this program was when ESN was launched. They came strongly behind the ESN to endorse ESN. So the rest is history. Dr. Sly, you can give a word of encouragement to our people and a word of advice and encouragement, especially encouragement, because of what transpired today, which is not a surprise to us. As you know, it is never a surprise. We know it is coming. But just give a word of encouragement to our audience, just very briefly, and so that I can allow you people to go and do your things, and then I will come back for normal exposition. Thank you.
Once again, thanks a lot for having us. I know that my people are so upset. They're not hearing what they want to hear. I understand that. I know that our leader is being heard. I know how painful it is that today that most of us expected Nigeria to do the right thing, and they did what they know good to do, holding him against his will. So nobody's happy about that. But let me let your audience know that every Igbo man is indigenous.
Yes.
So that they should know. AVID stands to fight for anything concerning our people. And we've been doing that. When you come into the circle of what we are doing, you will understand it's not making noise. We take actions.
They should log into the fundraiser. We'll tell them a lot more.
Yes.
On what we are doing and what we are about to do. We don't want to continue losing lives. They have killed enough of our people since 1935 to 67 to 1970. So it's not today that we have been losing. It's just shallow-minded that sometimes we just think our problem started in 1967. It started since 1935. We have a record of all the men and women that we have lost. The genocide that have happened 67 to 70, the world have not recognized that. AVID is pursuing that. They will recognize that over 5 million of us have been exterminated. So we know what we are doing, but we're not going to stay here and be telling you that we're going to encourage anybody to lose lives. So there's so many ways to solve problems, and we want to be part of solving that problem than creating the problem. Release our leader, do the rightful thing, keep peace, go after those terrorists that you know, Those weapons is for that. You're not buying weapons from China just to come and use it on the Easterners. We're watching. And the power to be is United States. So if we're engaging this country to look into our matters, who is more Biafran than any of us that's telling them what is happening to our people? So the audience will get to know that AVID is for freedom, and our people need to be left alone and let God do his will. Thank you all. And thank you, Simon, for having us. I can't wait to see you on Saturday. And
Yes.
like I said, let's stop fighting each other. You're doing a great, wonderful job. DOS, you're doing a wonderful job. And more kudos to Prof. Soludo. Pretty soon, Avid will reach out to him so that he can maybe shape the mantle of leadership in our zone than those governors that want to encourage people to kill us. And we're not going to continue. We're going to continue to address our governors because they are the cause of these problems.
Yes.
They are the cause. Once they get their senses together, they will know what to do. We have offered our help and expertise to them, but no, their big head is not letting them to understand that they can stop the killings if they want to. Thank you so much, and God bless you. God bless our people.
Thank you very much. And Dr. Chibi, do you want to say one or two words to our viewers before you leave?
Yeah, I just want to thank your viewers for their enthusiasm. I've been reading the comments, and it is eye-opening, and it's also informative because you get to know how people really feel. Yeah. And the passion is there for improvement. So many people wanted to hear me say Biafra. Yeah. My father was a Biafran doctor. He treated Biafran soldiers in the last war and ended up in Kirikiri maximum security prison. And so did his brother, who was also another doctor. So Biafra is in my heart. So if you want to hear me say it, I'm saying it now. It's in my heart. I want Igbo people to be free. I have been on this earth 61 years and I have never been free as an Igbo person. So trust me, if there is another situation where I can be free and I can express myself and my talents as an Igbo person, trust me, I am for it. So Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. I have been going to rallies here. And when I go to rallies, I've been to 2 rallies in California. When I go to those rallies, I wear green, red, and black and yellow. And if you doubt me, next time I'm on this show, I will show you pictures. I went to a rally to free Nnamdi Kanu. I went to a rally for referendum, for Biafran freedom. I was in full colors, okay? So if you're doubting my loyalty, doubt it no more. But like I said, I believe in peaceful method to getting things, because war, check out any country that has been in war, they've never known peace. It doesn't solve any problems. It just compounds the problem and makes more people angry. So let's look for a peaceful solution. I'm for referendum, I'm from separation, because I've never known peace. I'm telling you, I've never known peace. I had to run into the bush for the war. I was 7 years old, ran into the bush. After the war, came out of the bush. So I may look like this because I'm in America. I have seen some hard times. So don't doubt me when I say I am for the separation. But also I want to warn Igbos. I want to warn Biafrans. You have to be together, because it's very easy to get freedom. But what do you do with that freedom after you get it? There's so many countries, little countries that were given freedom, and today they're fighting each other. So yes, freedom is good, but we have to also have a purpose. We have to have a goal. We have to be united. We have to be together, okay? Rivers Igbo, Southeast Igbo, Delta State Igbo. We all have to be together because we speak the same tongue, okay? So Igbo people come from different places. That's not just only the Southeast, South. There are Igbos in other parts of Nigeria. So we have to be one, and we have to have a goal, and we cannot let people divide us. And when we get Biafra, we need it to be a shining example to other to other states in bondage or countries in bondage. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Looking forward to have you people again and see you on Saturday, Mr. Sly. Thank you very
All
much.
right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. And let me end by saying to the audience that what they don't know is bigger than them.
That's
right.
Right.
All right. Welcome back to this our own what is going on with the system. One moment, I'm still waiting for it to come up. The system is always behaving somehow. One moment. All right, welcome back. And what you don't know is bigger than you. What you don't know is bigger than you. So we are going to go on a break, and we are coming back for the normal broadcast today. We're going to come back for the normal broadcast, which is going to be on the exposition of how they are taking over Nigeria and how you are going to resist them. The need for us to resist the Islamization of Nigeria is what we are going to go next. So do not go away. Do not go away. We have 7,845 people. We have 7,845 people watching live. We have 3,000 on YouTube watching live, and then 4,000 from there. We have about 7,000 to almost 8,000 viewers at the moment. So I'm going to go off. I'm going to go off. When I go off, I'm going to come live again in the next, how many minutes? I will come back in the next 20 minutes. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Make sure you are searching for the live broadcast, because it is going to be very, very explosive. Very, very explosive. In 20-minute time, we are back. 20-minute time, we are back. See you.